It's the same no Kasabusia chosen Yesu ba ababedin ko ma me Akosua Serwaa the appeal court update chosen ababechire nsemu na anim say odobroni ahwe ya case ni kwa wieye no bia bag ba ko pese ekura ede de rubadia ne nsanka de ene wuni mu a chosen Yesu ba ababechire ene wa chire mu essence wa expose Ebenezer asisi ano no na ye Calvin Fosu papa a wo ko social media ankofo atwetwe ni nyina yi eye chosen Yesu ba essence wa expose no ono ane nsem bi a ba betena monten so e ba beka ye na busua eye de ensema aha eguso eye Daily Gossip TV and then first time I message so be subscribe you are no like no share ama foforo so anya bi ahwe no essence wa bo ho modern wa follow yan e wo other social media platforms ni so nkomo e wo fie ha yenkwe yenkonko ti chosen Yesu ba ensema waka ni bi enfamra
Mesro me minye dede. And most of the top guys you see, most of them know me. So who share me are very respecting about umbu Yesu ba. Who share na bisani so ni mobia your friend Yesu ba na no ni mobia friend list to or be catch up. We didn't start today. I
think even one of your session you met one of your colleagues at TV3.
Yes.
Colleagues be on any Juma or TV3.
Exactly.
I think she's even a lawyer now.
Yeah.
So if Nkansah, some of these things will not be. So people should know where you're coming from.
Lady now, exactly.
Exactly.
Before see our uncle.
So people should not be envious.
And
the best thing
when she came, she was a national service personnel, and I was the one who taught her the house style, the story writing style. The things in the studio and everything. Sometimes we call Akoya story and me call. After honeymoon no call law school na abe lawyer crowd in the chamber. It was or them one or call TikTok na no say more life. No see what is list all do here. And no about beji nipa ne jon wa share spectacles. Me hwe nipa ne sa. O looking familiar but me timi Nkansah no me wie na sa na obekasa. No ana. What am I doing? If I say how in the chamber no call another court cry. So some of them I say what they do omama and tokwa ye kuni no krabi mo feel say we are doing this because we saw. I support my Akosua because I feel that she's not being treated fairly.
Yeah.
If she's the wife of that Lumba, give her what she deserves. That's the
more reason why I support her.
Exactly. And ye be BNT me town be a me odobo ni me tano. Me didi na tem da. Me kambo ne fa no. Just me can say kanokre wo yes.
I can even testify say throughout your telecast about this issue. One of the things I've respected you for is the respect for the other side in terms of the personality of the lady. Mm-hmm. There's no instance I mean there what can't in somebody for lady no. You have always maintained that whatever is due, the first one must be given. That's all that you have maintained, and I remember vividly that you have always wanted for fairness in this whole issue. And so it's not about hate. Nobody hates anybody, but this there. One day, put yourself in the shoes of that person. How you feel should be the same way you should feel for the woman.
Other people.
Unless you want to tell me that you don't feel that way, then I can question that then you are not human.
Yes.
Any well-reasoned woman has reactions.
Exactly.
And would definitely react that what is due you is not given. You would definitely be hurt. A critical example is Esau and Jacob. You saw how Esau was pained when what was his was not given to him. Even to the extent of chasing his brother, wanting to kill his brother. Exactly. So I believe that what is someone else should not be given to another. No.
And you see, it was reasons I kept saying that this issue became a problem when Tupac mentioned one of the women as wife on the media. And that was the beginning of the woes and problems of the two women.
Yeah.
But me investigation baby no me who say it looks like nipa no nothing na de ho no. Ena ni kunu akofa bia be count.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one deny ni yere no as or yere.
That's true.
Ni last performance no obodidi e kase me yere amaware no. Ontimi nya misada.
It says yeah, kase. Say appeal court ni jitum say maame na oya yere ba ko pa. Unu say na kase sia na kalumba tiasia nke bigamy. Na girl no say na kase sia no say na ka obotumi so ajele no. Na any Ghana musa because unu say nipa no yere.
I've not read any precedent on that. I know that when you do that, it's bigger, but I mean, read the precedent of BIS I are dealing. Mean read it.
So
say McBrown say so. Say nipa o ya aware say or yere and also o kunu a.
Yeah, but you see, I think that every case falls on its own strength. It would depend on. You may have similar cases, but the insight of the case may be different. Yes, for the other lady, it may be because of misrepresentation from Lumba. Let's say, let's even admit that Lumba probably lied to her. If there is evidence that is able to show that Lumba told her that we divorce here, whatever, that's when Lumba will bear the liability or whatever he would have gone through. But the lady would not be jailed for what Lumba had told her. But Lumba will be the one to bear the consequences.
When you even go deeper into cases like this, it is going to be evidence upon evidence and issue by issue.
Exactly.
You don't mix things up. You don't mix things up. And nothing. And now you can say court a case near back a different because
it's true.
The court will treat it issue after issue.
That's true.
So you don't lump everything together to presume say they never can see because in the court of law they will be dealing with the issue after issue. And nothing I prepare document a demands and reliefs and from the court in the case, the suit. You're trying say I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Inti me say, inti me pese, me say, it you say inti court ni shame no ma me say. Me say, and I say ko yes inti me pese court ni shame no sisan we man say. Hey, Millie apps, it's been ages. So that is what happens. Are you getting me? So at the end of the day, you cannot outrightly condemn any of the parties, but you can have hopes that same way the direction is see.
No, you see, I agree with you, Yesu, but I think that the failure of all these things happened when sides were taken. Because you see, as an elderly man, one of the things we have known some of the elderly to do is to exhibit wisdom in some of in some of their utterances. And I thought that the failure to administer wisdom in this whole issue was what brought all these issues. Because even in our account setting, let's even admit that the man married two. One of the things you do is that you allow the senior most one to be the one to lead.
Exactly.
That is what we know. The younger one follows, but you don't take side and say, I only recognize this and I don't recognize this. That is not done. If there are issues,
what even makes the team more funny? A man here, Yanni say, even when the court said that both of the two of them,
exactly,
both of them are wives,
exactly.
Ebenezer was on TV saying, say, I just said, Penina Babe Pacho, no much say, that's not what the court said.
Wrong.
In the judgment, the judge stated categorically that you make sure that peace prevails and then the two of them will go through the widowhood rights. It's either now Nkansah will take a decision on who should and who should not.
Wrong. Very, very, very wrong. I think he's the center for all these issues.
No, I'm telling you.
Because
I'm telling you, the inconsistencies was too much.
Oh yeah, he's the center of all this. Me, in the nutshell, I believe that Akosua Serwaa deserves whatever she has, and nobody is saying that the other woman doesn't deserve. But we believe that what is right must be right. You cannot change a sheep into a dog.
What can say move?
You cannot change a sheep into a dog.
What can say, Papa?
You cannot change a sheep into a dog. What is right must be right. So please, they shouldn't. And you see, it's very painful. It's very painful because we have young daughters, children who are coming up, who are seeing this precedent. And
please, today I think yesterday you slept where I slept too. One time, remember we had a discussion like this. In my neutral days.
Yeah.
In society, when the women are okay, society thrives.
That's true.
Why is it that the Western system or the foreign system protects women? That's why most of those countries are thriving.
That's true.
So, Yesu, but you used to be neutral.
Oh, me, I didn't start with Adobro New. I was Serwaa.
Oh, he was very neutral.
Me, I was neutral. Me platform no. Now no biaba. Me hono you say me say hit pa na me ho. Me mo bia untimi didi obia tem wo me ho. Na me ho no mo no neutral. Obiaba me hu say no kre no ne enome bi inconsistencies bi wo. Kitwa ne side ne bu to park no me bia no na me hu say no kre no wa. And I'm starting to say me highlight sa nyoma no. The moment I start highlight sa nyoma ne pe na kitwa ne microphone no. Omo start some attacking me.
I see.
Yes, now me a neutral. Intimina,
very neutral. Very neutral.
Now me on both Odobroni and Crawford and Akosua and Crawford na be bring myself. Because omo pese me come on. We pese me come on. We so pese me come on. It a diabe lokiato Odobroni for so na Akosua so afọ eni age. Adebe lokiato Akosua so afọ so no Odobroni for so eni age. Tina me dear number one enemy in town. Who be some prince of a catcher? That be whole hit pa.
Very, very neutral, and people took offense. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Senior, we team one. I'm saying my boy remember seconds be.
Yeah.
Me pamucho and you am said Jumadi because so I who be on social media. I was asking we said that my brother and I can't no call a same word na my father say Mran be braino a man a bomb home by na
Yeah.
But the mommy share the biggest picture share me asking we by Lumba we your friend guy be my friend Foster TV. Why politics market in Japan, right? Meneno, any other guys been a can celebrate Lumba. A bro, we a first day announcement to the buyer. Nipa Bronsansa TikTok, yeah, the biggest asset like Lumba Wuna in morning a kakra. Now, I don't know chance.
That is good. See, very true. I used to hate your platform.
I don't know China. Who's see. Senior mesre se pa no ho asemu ya na ekobanyina no yeah me told mo amenu tio sometimes no credit ene lumba asemu na akwese nyansa ekon bi ne bi ko hwe masa eti ye ma me akosua se wa pa mo de mo me enka no creo eti mo gidi so ye yere pa okita as a document as obia wa ye oba ni kuna wu ti se ebi omo ye wedding ebi omo court because hetie abrochire court sem ne mfani agro ena ujiri se ma amene pass ya paso mo ware mbremu pass se bi olumba certificate ni bibia de dana kwa mu a woni mse hwe embassy different na friends se bibi ti se embassy chama embassy wo ho ya hu se ma amana boy wura hoda ya hu so aba ne case mu da o yes fair enough woni mse ma amene she have a right in Germany ese Nkansah bi asemu ekura no se o se community case we Germany ho Emma Sebi, you know, who clear, but Massa, Yamma, me who be a courtroom, be just everything is like emotional fight to be. And
Can I come in? Can I come in?
Me bow, na
Mami bring back.
Baby Susua. Yeah, baby Susua.
We name the here. Me back.
Conclude you Pacho. I conclude you.
Yeah, na me yabi brino nize. Yeah, na me yabi brino nize. Yeah, mami abusuafo, me who the busuani bia what play any role bia for what was going on between certificate side and the other day. And amuntio, what we say Ghana so koye court awaria and san me ko hu abusuafo ni nyina e cancel bibia. But ye nyina sa TBC system e de ensa ba e ma ne kosi first so hwe onse lumba abrabo no lumba kanipa no tum wo ben papa na ho onkasa bebre lumba subai no ezemo ekonyira brempoma to Faustina. They know everything from day one, but every time I be bishop mutrim said there be I don't see ye ne say ya and a japade and betima any say. But me no me say busha panyin no me say omu bie ne ma so kakra kire no in terms of lumba ne ma no waye gu and then nsema no waka ba bia cry say be sie no nyina no. I can tell you say it could be say it wasn't built today. What you say? When himself will be a friend of football too. Top football too, why the same similar to or say, that was 7-8 years ago. A bar life will be a home be. Etia besre, a bush opinion, and you may be a way bia and she say, I made me believe we said a quick of she shall turn up upon a chain of approaching issues, no. And directives, no, a bit say Baba Jamanum, Juan, a take lead to so on bear. Because you know, Lumba, you everything about Lumba was he know a bushio film was there, or when you bushio more party part, Lumba who should wear betting my say, just a Lumba didn't out to Yum chair and did this way. So, media, Yamama Akosua Serwaa made for me to be convinced, you know, and can same way to be channeled party, comedy, me pay bibi to say strongly others say German court or no amra mejinem Ghana because before say the idea ni the mogum na e ma omo abrochire ku nyina no ba bie no me mabrochire ameti oni ni kura sidai oni ni kura bobro sai wale ni di dan krata so amasa sa nonsense we na kama say ni na okura ukita ade a na ukita tumi na amasa ya hwe the way we see e behave. I think I'm tempted
to respond. I'm tempted to respond, but I think that Mr. Whatever that you have spoken,
I've given him a little time, so
yeah. Yes, but let me respond to him. Me sure say senior maybe I will be me sure say Uji Embradi, right? You respect laws, correct? All respecting laws are. I don't think that you would really say what you've just said. If you respect the laws of Ghana, in spite of whatever misconception that has gone over there, I believe that if there are disputes, the place where we seek for redress is the court. And you cannot choose and pick what you think you want. If the court of Ghana says that Akosua Serwaa is a legal wife, what you claim where is a certificate does not invalidate
a legal wife. Almost say the base of a year traditional marriage.
When you were speaking. When you were speaking about
would the BB share court because
no, listen.
Why would the BB share
okay,
court?
let me explain. Let
me read it so that you will know that the cost Please, let me read it so that you can continue. I'll read it.
Okay.
Say us court and come court kind. Where verdict no. In the result, I hold that where during the Nkansah, or see the plaintiff near Akosua Serwaa, or see the plaintiff was customary married to the deceased, Charles Kwadwo Fosueke Dulumba, in 1991 in Ghana. Point 2. The second defendant was customary married to the deceased Charles Kwadwo Fosu aka Daddy Lumba in 2010 in Ghana. Second defendant, Odobroni. Third one, I declare that the plaintiff and the second
marriage there be because and one year customary marriage
may interject. What can some say? Okay, say whether customary or ordinance, no, both marriages are legal. And I will see court now can make may interject. I share there, and yet it's ye discussing, argument, yet discussing. And I share there. May come away and say,
can I help you for a second?
Is it?
Let me help you for a second. You see, I think Mamin country, Dulwich, and so many people, they misconstrue ordinance marriage to mean legal marriage. Traditional marriage is not legal marriage. But Dulwich, they're now working on. Court nanka. There are 3 forms of marriages here in Ghana. Any of them illegal. So whether Mohammedan, traditional, or ordinance, legal marriage. Why? So there's nothing like legal marriage. There's legal marriage ordinance, any different from legal marriage, customary. Legal marriage. So that you can understand.
So yes, but even let me even continue.
Make last point.
Okay.
I bring the last one. I declare that the plaintiff and the second defendant are the surviving spouses of the deceased Kwadwo Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, and on my consequential orders. This is Judge Dorinda. On my consequential orders from the consequence. The Ekwana family of Akosua and Shuta Ashanti, represented by the head of family Ebushapeni Kofi Usu. The first defendant is hereby ordered or ordered Kofi Usu to recognize the plaintiff Akosua Serwaa Fosu on recognizing, and the second defendant Prince Lofori to perform the widowhood rite during the burial and funeral of the late Charles Kwadwo Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, forthwith. It is court no obi the ordinance marriage aba. One the ordinance marriage asem. And I wouldn't share customary. Ordinary share customary no. Or share a bush or share to pack say. To pack him make sure say or mummy and nuina be yokuna. It's a banisene Ebenezer courts now on your TV. Eka say kuna no. So mo pa and omubema Akosua Serwaa ye. Now be yenswa. I just wa be pa e bushapeni cho. Ye call court no during the castle bin couple bicho ansa no abekuna. It's a case on nama confusion in your caution baby abedu in by or some mujitum. O Casano and Crawford trouble ebimuni musa your dobu obian challenge you and obian attack you semen you dobu fan. But who can creno candia aqua moderator.
It's gone. You see, Yesu ba
I moderator.
I think
Oh,
I think so.
Oh, we moderator here. Make a moderator we jam you into and answer me person me cross no.
Yeah, but Yesu ba I think
listening.
One of the things is good you people are educating people about this. When we say legal, legal means it is accepted in the constitution of a country. That is legality. Our constitution recognizes it.
That's what they don't know.
It's funny when they think legality is just only just, and that is why even if you watch our traditional settings, the law is clear in terms of chieftaincy. That's why chieftaincy culture are embedded in our laws and are recognized by our laws. Although they are traditional, but in law, anybody who insults a chief is a crime in Ghana. It's part of the law which has been enacted. So we don't say because we are traditional, no, there are laws governing everything we do, because our constitution derives on our culture, derives on our beliefs and whatever we do. So it is part of our system. For somebody to have a mentality that customary marriage is not legal, it is only married by ordinance, then that is quite weird and funny. And I think people must get it. Once it is recognized by the laws of Ghana, and there are case studies to that, to customary marriage. Why is that when people have issues with customary marriage, sometimes they go to court? Maybe it's not legal, why are they going to court?
Yes, ba.
So
Yes, ba. Choose yes, ba. Mami nya quick and the prince can.
Coach me ba. Coach me ba David Munti. Ba.
No, even though
Munti
no aba kokoko there. Serwaa ba. Unje the first morning so be. Oh, and then need to make that decision. Then I'm to pack. I'm telling you, to pack the Nyasu Sejan. Won't take his decision and now question question will be. Oh, Rasta, now Bonaparte to a conference at the end of you. Yeah, you was doing a crop for years. And I think I had some possibility. The monkey can't quite near you. You have a problem. Oh, there's somebody no good to do. And then you to pack decision. To pack a question, say, only the year and I saw one to me. Say, Adam, yes, with that show. You could. Me brother who's a book of police who made him attended what fast madam college and one come to more than that. Once and what was happening? The Baya, I'm so uncomfortable.
Oh, say, I say no. Ebenezer tena on your TV can trust say court can say Mami Akosua say one copy busian pinicho. It is nowhere in the verdict. As Ghana 4G2 me kan ye no moti bibi sa wom me kan o me use evidence it me omon pemasem montie no o si court aka say on kopa o si kuna ne de ebeya Akosua say one copy ni be bintia no munye omoyi tie de okato aso
me brother who's a book of police who made him attended what fast madam college and one come to more than that.
What the etna once and I yenye muntie de okato aso
what was happening? I'm so uncomfortable.
O se court so asa ka say ebeya mami se wan copy busian penincho na muntie de court troye book no lie. O se consequential orders from Judge Dorinda. Or see, the corner family of Akosua and Isuta Ashanti, represented by the head of family, Ebusiapeni Kofi Usu, Satan no Ebusiapeni, Tisia Yitunu. The first defendant is hereby ordered. It is court order Ebusiapeni, or no first defendant, to recognize the plaintiff Akosua Serwaa Fosu. Court on recognizing Akosua Serwaa Fosu and the second defendant, Ayo Dobruninu, to perform the widowhood rite during the burial and funeral of the late Charles Kwadwo Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, forthwith. Court in can say, Ombran Bepacho, and so asema Ebenezer tena on your TV, or no ye, Emunga no ye. Only Captain Smart, asema can and say court aka.
What is on my patcho?
It will be teacher, kasa with evidence. Ye be san is a court nika or kasa court naka. Munti.
You have problem. How does somebody no good to put? And then you to pack decision. To pack only the year and as I want to me. Say, madam, yes, with that show. Yikuna. Nima ye me ya twi me brada wo so be bu police for ma di matem di wo fa so matem college am kwa butu mo daje bizo that no. No le trawanza na. Yenyi to mo gida shi ko to saka. Sebe ya. Mami sa wan ko pa su ka jo.
Samuti.
Ko ka so ko pa jo. Nti wa wo hwa wo se busapani onyo ne nye yi won. Just body di tupa gidi Oh say. What I get to? But not I get to pack it. So I get to go airport here to Or not I get to. Go akraja. My own you know kakra. It's wow What should happen on the Akosua 1 year? To buy go to me. It's all to I tell you. That's a budget free. Me no want mobile be approve. Budget be. Say be almost so yes she be e wo yi no ho a. So that's me to approve. Do bring budget. Be approve budget. No you be say me ka wo. Into odo ni be kuna. Yes.
Moti ye o confirm wo show ni so say odobru ni be kuna but Akosua Serwaa de
odobru ni abre tupak so abre sorry boy o ba so be chira di odwemu a se na twina de fo dwan ye o mamu yedu no abre
wi asi no omo so ye omo se Akosua Serwaa maami Akosua Serwaa eno wa mba yi enso tie dia na oka oso dobro ni abre dobro ni de obeye kuna court so ama consequential orders say make sure say mamienu no beye kuna ena wo ba betra TV so kache Ghana fo nyina say Akosua Serwaa court ni ka say omra mbe pacho ombe patu pacho
Oh Debbie
asana wa yiku no krani ni me say me betwa o se ma bo ama wo me ka no kre enti o ma na mutita ne so o ma ko join groups o mo so mbezo mu gumi hu fi no sa de won timi nye ade am yesesi ama wa ti bibiase no ama kan verdict no abo video ama wa ti as on timi nye oni sa agree
but that guy is, you see, I don't know who he is, but you see, when people are so shameless that they cannot admit, you know, that this is wrong, they tend to use all other means in way of justification. But people should know, there's a saying, I'm a stand believer. Whatever you sow, you will reap. It's very, very important. Whatever you sow today, you will reap whatever you sow. If you sow hatred, you will reap hatred. If you sow love, you will reap love. So people must be very careful of what they think they are doing. But they should also know that if they may not be alive with what they are doing, they are sowing seeds of discourse for their generation.
Exactly.
And it is clear if you look at the patterns of how Israel went and how they became rebellious. Sometimes it was their children who bear the consequences of their actions of their fathers. So people should be very careful. People should be careful.
Listen, I mean, because I don't like how when my critical analysis puts people in the spot and people attack them. I try to control what I put out so that I don't put people in that spot because I feel uncomfortable when people are being attacked because of my work. But you can see clearly that they planned this thing ahead. That even if the court had said that Akosua Serwaa was the wife, they would have used certain means to deny her of widowhood rights.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yes.
You see, Yesu, but I people believe in. I'm a believer. I don't believe in whatever karma. But if people repent now, that would be the best option for them to repent. But you see, it is injustice against the woman. And scripture is very clear about, the stance of widow, in the sight of God.
Yes.
People who have taken advantage of widows and have neglected them, it's clear. The scripture is clear. And you see, people should be ready to bear the consequences when time
Did you
is due.
notice the candlelit remembrance they did for Lumba in Germany by the woman?
Yeah, I remember.
You saw how solemn it was.
Yeah.
And even if you are watching the video, it's very spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Loud doesn't mean right. When something is too loud, it doesn't mean it's right.
That's very true.
Loud doesn't mean obi kasa no kasa de na grof. And no just said the oyeni you. Sometimes silence can.
You see, I think if people are wise enough, the story of the woman in the Bible who had 2 children and when one died.
Exactly.
Is what I see at play.
I use the same thing.
Is what I see at play here. One says that, oh, my son is dead. King, don't divide it. Please, it's mine. Another person says, to hell, let's go ahead and do the funeral. It's a clear sign of what is played, is being played here. And people must be careful of how this woman is being treated. Because you see, one of the things people must know, at least those who claim they are believers and are in cahoot with others to tarnish the image of this woman, should know that they should just read the story of widows in scriptures and how they were poorly treated and how God became their vindication. It's just a matter of time. Vindication is in the womb of time. And I believe that sometimes the woman must not be too loud. The woman must not be too loud for everybody to know that, oh, I'm doing this. When you know that what you have is yours, you are not being determined. You don't let your opponent determine how you go. You know the God whom you see, people want the woman to just go on a certain way, just go on a violent attack like the way others are going. But there is nothing for her to come and prove. God knows her heart. And I believe that the woman will be vindicated one day. Vindication is in the womb of time. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So for those of you who wants truth has appeared itself. It is those who have deliberately decided not to see the truth. They want to still wallow themselves in a place of abject, deception, and that's what they will get. But for everybody who wants to be a critical thinker, ask questions. Why is this? Why are they preventing the woman? Why all these things? And critical analysis should help people come to an informed decision that it's just a cabal. There are people who are just cabal who don't want Akosua Serwaa to do whatever she wants to, but they should know that it's a seed they've sown. If they don't reap it, their kids will reap it. So it's just a matter of time. So
one said now a guy, yes, Ghana, you were 3 marriages. 3. So the ordinance are now civil marriage, the customary, and Islamic. 2 are polygamous. 1 is monogamous. They said no explain. I don't know to the other side now and say no, listen, Islamic the cross say 4, even though it's legal, no, until still worry up to 4. And then customary, so this is Ghana law, no read your say customary, so and if I bet my worry be but SM running making sure say and my do not worry no bet me a
exactly.
Or sika enough to take care of them. But when it comes to the ordinance now, they're between Sister Akosua Serwaa, the late Daddy Lumba, the civil marriage, and no monogamous who worry or sister who worry pet who cover our Arabia be worry with Chibia and no category and void. It is I'm running out to more Ghana, and that is what they're scared of. but it would definitely, internet prince, like I said, the woman will be vindicated. It will definitely come to pass because yes, sir, a civil marriages, baby, no at to sini.
Do you know that right now, coach?
Yeah.
When him says in Germany, no, omo traditional marriage, any ordinance marriage from Ghana, they call your documents at the end. It's your normal hot.
It would because as I do way appeal let's correct
on this case. Yes.
Appeal ni be correct.
They call me
yeah Germany in Kwadwo.
Appeal ni be correct woman, you know, more be illegal. 3 ni illegal, but 2 cause customary no ni Islamic no polygamous, but the other one, the first one no there civil no and a monogamous and the obia do obwa that the lumba say still say you said this Akosua get certificate no onu kwai say onu oba bia ware onu no onu kwa wa commit crime ade no why no wa commit crime bigamy so what you say Yesu ba enu na mbeka ba I'm really enjoying the way you know I'm meant to be put that. Thank you so much.
Yesu ba can I also proceed with my submission?
Almost trust no more bro chat.
Okay. So me so me can't the first time me about like me share was on the day of the judgment, you know. No musiki way injunction on the funeral. Yeah. So I followed you. That was the first time I took notice. Yeah, I was at the office, but make sure why you followed the hearse now to East Lagos.
To the house.
And ever since, you know. Yeah, but me had the opportunity to speak on your platform. I'm honest, and then means to meet me. Yeah. But I've been following you. But semenya time kaka so that I want to be very, very coherent and cogent in my submission. First off, some of you are disappointing some of us. The reason being that more of leaders of this movement. And what is going on? What is going on? It's so unnecessary. At this time, like you guys, more lady idea. Sometimes cracks you try and mend it. You guys have to come together. Obviously, just as in marriage, from diverse background, there will be that here and there, but it doesn't mean now you turn and you are saying unnecessary things to each other, and I don't think nice. If so, maybe only leaders. But if you have the interest of the woman at heart, we should not be hearing this. Somebody comes on live and is attacking Yesuba. Yesuba will come on live and will have to spend the first 30 minutes to an hour say or rebut whatever somebody has said about him.
To address it first.
Exactly, and you don't make progress. You get it. Me, I don't want to, but now office, I sit at my office and like on daily basis because for me it is for the lessons. I can assure you, say the past 1 year I have followed this. And just so I know, say in the beginning you were in the like you're very neutral until you started tilting towards and the same for me. Into me were my Akosua next side, because even like my marriage, my wife for UK, I am here in Ghana, and you may be near, and some of Lumba maybe I see myself in some of the lifestyle. And to me taking lessons, say somebody like me who I don't know even if this is my wife knows that I have only 1 master's degree, but I have 2.
Okay.
I don't think there's any family member who knows I have 2 master's degree. But me now for those around me now for NT and mommy let my family in. I'm sure that may yes na this me now for any the information and my family really yes and the person who choose say yeah this is what I want to tell the family. You get it into I'm gonna follow a day with I am praying that obviously the wheels of justice grind slowly, but I'm only hoping and praying say Mami Akosua with the appellate court and your mabeko the way or say corner. I think say the first lawyer could see some of the strategies we used to bringing in that a traditional marriage expert or that man. For me, it wasn't necessary, but we have to move beyond that. And
there are things that are not in the public domain. Because when you finish, I wanted to finish because you wanted to be very cogent and so I'll let you finish. I'll tell you when you can.
I hope say Mami Akosua. We see. Let's be very, very honest. For now, the momentum is on the side of your opponent because obviously for that 28 or so judgment in it, whether we like it or not, there's like a blockade until we are able to overcome that blockade.
Which is women can't accept. It's a hard pill to swallow. As a woman who crepana,
you just have to, you just have to be honest with yourself. That judgment until it is overturned and coupled with Obi say Calvin, name public optics. It creates a lot of doubt about Mami Akosua issue. For me, I would say obviously the marriage at a point was challenged. Possibly they were even separated for a very long time. But separation does not in any way mean dissolution of the marriage. For me a very, very hopeful say that marriage, maybe because I am a lawyer could see me share an interview or say on the 19th of January this year, the German court, they have finally, so we with appeals, you are not like you don't introduce new evidence and all that, but this evidence we are very, very critical to the determination of the case at hand. And I'm only hoping say the three judges who will be appointed to sit on the case, they will accept that new certificate. Once that is accepted, the case is a done deal. It is a done deal because I have seen videos. Any pictures. And Mami GD say yes, there was an ordinance marriage. But what I am yet to see, they say they went back to court to dissolve that ordinance marriage. Once that has not happened, and I think that for now everybody in Ghana knows, he said, once you do an ordinance marriage, which is monogamous in nature, even if there was a marriage between Odobro, Nene, Lumba, null and void, for which Lumba could also
the issue of the certificate, it was there. The time Germany, my family book was the time Akosua got married. Time on mobile court, family book system nasisa.
Okay.
It's the time and I am my family book. There's no need for them to hand you any certificate.
Exactly.
It was a family book.
Exactly.
Germany is not handling family books to people. He's handling certificates to people. Exactly. Because the judge had already determined when he wanted to end the case.
Exactly.
He stopped the people.
Exactly. And
me when he said travesty of justice,
of justice. People should know that the judges are human. They are human beings just like us. Even in terms of the what do you call it, legal workings of maybe a marriage contracted in Germany, obviously Judge Dorinda Ebia na only instead, that is why I'm saying lawyer Kusi so instead of bringing in that customary marriage expert, possibly maybe an expert in German marriage, would have done justice to, because you didn't go to court because of the traditional or customary marriage.
Traditional marriage, and you see, and even when lawyer Kusi, wanted to bring in the fourth witness from the consulate, she interjected and said that it will not be, it is needless because she knows the German system and knows what to do, and she knows that they will not come when they are invited, so she knows what to do, so you shouldn't worry about that.
But that should have happened at CMC.
Yes, and I make say, oh no, where they can at determine a case in there and they say now even if Ghana was part of that, Ghana is not part of the apostle, the Hague, the apostle process.
No.
If Ghana was part, and I say we were going to use the process by which such documents are retrieved from the consulate and the registry in Germany.
That would have been
by that standard now. How is it that they put in the request in October and it came in January?
Exactly. So I think lawyer Kusi said because they were hard pressed for time and all that, that is why some of the way, like he looked at average version, and obviously the interpretation of the law, the Evidence Act and all that.
Evidence Act.
We know say, we know say, like say, you know say, but I don't want to. Make a well because mini but you can clearly see say possibly or you say no they are media manapai
exactly it has already been, and you see when you are even reading the verdict, there was a point in the verdict, I think from point 90, go and read or start from 88. He at some point she used the Ghanaian marriage certificate. Charlie, when the cross examination was going on, and Dominic said, "Did you say in your witness account that you saw Lumba and Mami Akosua sign a certificate?" And the person said yes. It is a technical question. In Germany, when the two people sign the certificate, the German registry keeps that certificate, and they issue another one.
Which is signed by the registrar. Just the registrar,
So the person who would have given more clarity to the signing of the certificate would have been the fourth witness, who was a staff and an expert from the embassy or the German embassy or the German or consulate. But that was denied.
That is what I'm saying. Obviously, the CMC, the Case Management Conference. That is where, both, you can say, litigation parties, lawyers, and bringing this social number of witnesses. We say, into Honor, was that the place? The judge, he refused the fourth witness, and I said when now they were in the the processes was ongoing in the courtroom, where was that request denied?
Yeah, I think I get his question. I think
but I'm asking you, say that request, during Case Management Conference. That is where lawyer Kusi says, okay, these are my evidences, and these are the number of witnesses I will call.
I will bring in.
Although Bruni lawyers will say same, you get it, and then you are made to. It is at Case Management Conference where you are made to even exchange. Yes, you are made to exchange evidences. Because now in court, we don't go and do fishing expedition, so you give your evidences to the other party so that on also be it may be say was it during CMC and a judge said no, there is no need for you to bring in a rep from the consulate, and I say it was in the courtroom whilst the case was ongoing, and so now
I'll have to look for that interview of Lakusi and please.
I think that will help us. But
I think if I remember, it was. I think if I remember, it was after the court way. You see, What happened was that it was later that they had fresh evidence of, they have a strategy. But I know, say even within the legal process, you are able to amend. You're able to do some amendment.
Yeah, you're able to do that, but with this in this situation, I think timing of the case, so some of them say, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that, but they had already agreed on the 13th December for the funeral to be held. And when they went to the court, the judge says, when would the funeral be held? They gave 13th, and he said, oh, from now to 13th, I am sure I can finish this case so that by 13th, you guys will still go ahead with, because mind you, now your friend is saying Bushia Penny had always intimate, he said, oh, he like wako invite dignitaries, and then those things, that was why, because I think they said the time constraint, and also in case and maybe all this, but let's be beyond that, like we should all hope and pray. Now Yenjai said we are fighting amongst ourselves because it is the appellate court. Once that decision is overturned, I am telling you, if that decision is overturned, nobody is even going to tell somebody, oh, move from this house, and I say you can be there, but say at that time, you get
for me. I like the beauty of our legal system, and we have a lot of cases where cases from the other courts has been overturned.
Obviously,
recently, you know that, Prince.
There are so many
between 70 to 88% of cases that go to the Supreme Court are overturned.
Exactly.
They are overturned.
A typical example is the Republic versus Atufosin.
Yes.
We saw what the High Court judge gave. When he went to an appeal, they noticed that there was a technical issue that the High Court judge should have reverted the mind to, and it was overturned. Exactly. Another one was 2025. After the election, the NDC versus I think one of the constituency, lawyer Ejudi Tamakulu went for an appeal of the High Court judge. He used a technical term for the judge failing to.
There are a plethora of a year, even like less restricted to even marriage. This marriage litigation, they have been overturned. That is where we should, until that is done. Endra program and all that. Because I feel momentum is on their side, so we can only hope and pray, our case will find favor with the free appellate judges. Once your case find, at least they are free, just two of them, pray that your case find favor with them, and that is
I am happy.
You get it. Once that is done, now everything, now we can go back. A lot of things will start turning around. A lot of the things will start turning around, and that is where I want to see Obi to say Calvin. I will still want to see now Obi change it to the pray 1 week celebration days, and I say he will still maintain his stance as I saw yesterday.
No, listen.
A 33 or 32 years.
Kofi,
you dine with
Kofi. I think it was a promise they made him.
But I'm not. Yesterday, are we not told he's an engineer? Are we not told he's an engineer?
You see, I found this a rapture.
Was he not born and raised in Germany? That's what we expect. I expect he should be one of the finest brains out there. If not for anything, let's assume without admitting, say, wo omami and o papa jai, you are aware. I will not come to public and be disgracing my mom like that. I will not do that. I will not do that. What kind of promise was made to you? What kind of promise was made to you? Whether properties or whatever. So mommy the man, why not be in charge? Are you not the same person?
And your mom is about 60, so I don't know why you think that whatever goes to your mom
is it elsewhere. You see, that decision from Dorinda, if that decision is not overturned, me monitor musa every time ubiano. When the storm there, the tide will be against us. I'm telling you. But
exactly, because I have said it here that every verdict is a judicial determination that cannot be changed. So, and earlier when I was making my submission, I said that all the cases are linked together, but you don't see it. It's just
all the cases are linked together.
And the issue is because issue per issue. That's why we see it that way. Do you know that just by the appeal court overturning the verdict and pronouncing Mami Akosua Serwaa's certificate valid and her marriage valid, that alone can come and help with the LA case. That has got to do with the administration.
And look at you see that LA case at that time. Look, maybe they will have to discontinue and start all because now who wind you and a bit to me, I bet challenge. You get it, and who want to be a co-administrator. You get it? Who?
Yes.
Ain't it say the most important thing? Ain't it? We don't need to fight amongst like you guys. You don't need to fight amongst yourself. You pray, say, because I am of the strong conviction, say, yes, their marriage was challenged. As in Ebia, obviously, and our Raymond Tokwabi Bayama, they stayed apart, but there was no dissolution of that marriage.
Titoba, if you want to enjoy the show, be civil in the comments, or else my moderator will block you. I've told you, if you block you, under no nonsense.
There was no dissolution of that marriage.
That's all.
I don't even believe there was even a traditional marriage between Lumba and Odobroni.
No,
there is that sympathy.
Kofi, you've not gone to
sympathy.
Kofi, you've not gone to the position of the judge. Even when we go to the Evidence Act and we talk about
the
burden of proof.
The burden of proof. Yes.
The second act of, or the second step, when we talk about the evidence, the burden of proof.
Yeah.
We have the question of law and fact. We have the burden of proof.
Yeah.
And we have the types of evidence where they say hearsay evidence, expert testimony, judicial notice.
Yeah.
All those things.
Yeah.
The fourth is the rules of admissibility. Now listen.
Yeah.
Why is it that under the burden of proof, the law says that the act defines the burden of producing evidence and the burden of persuasion, specifying which party must prove a claim and to what standard?
Yes.
Because
yes.
When we talk about traditional customary marriage, it's between families.
Because people do not even know, say, Otto Bruni also made a counterclaim against Akosua Bruni. Say, "Wo ye jail na minimum and na me the legally married."
Exactly. So they were also supposed to have proven.
And American was
the validity.
You see, the burden of proof. I think I don't know how the law has defined it, but when there's a Supreme Court ruling, it becomes a law. So, for example, if anybody has followed Wuntumi's case very well, I'm still going through the judgment. The issues people kept raising was burden of proof. Now, if you look at, I think 1995 Ghana law report. I'm coming.
So somebody who.
So sometimes the burden of proof changes, so it shifts. It is
Yeah,
not always
exactly.
the
So
instance
there is
where-
something and yet always, especially in civil cases, in tort, and yet every time now you like
Yes.
there should be burden of proof. Say will be made proof, we say because
Exactly.
there's something called res ipsa locite. The case speaks for itself.
Yeah.
When it is so direct, you don't need any proof. This car was here. The tree in your house fell on it, and I say car. What proof do we need again? The case speaks for itself. Say if you are now a car and a car, I say you get it, and especially in
Early cases still.
yes, in civil cases, it's not you don't always have to, but as I'm saying, I don't want to. I mean, person may cause because we also hear when we realize our judges even take a punch to overturn decisions. You get it? See, this case, all these things are there.
Now listen, Kobe. The funny thing is that the court was able to mention both wives as customary. One came in demanding her release, where that she is the only legally married wife of that.
Right? Yeah.
So, if by court, by the rules of the judicial system and processes, evidence is the crust of the game. Evidence is like the principal point of the game, and the person could not prove by certificate. Why then are we caught in a web where somebody comes in demanding that I am an ordinance married wife, because it's monogamous, and that makes her the only wife of the person. So if by the processes of the court finds out that this person does not qualify to be ordinance, was it not fair for it to be thrown out or dismissed?
Yeah, but I think Yesuba, we also have to be fair to the court in a way, because when it comes to legal argument, what the judge does is that, so there's something we call blind lady justice. Is the evidence and in the course of cross-examination. That is why some people felt like the other lawyer for Akosua Serwaa should have punched more holes into exactly, so that it becomes a bit more evidence for the judge when there is a determination. Because sometimes
what evidence did the judge need again when somebody comes to you and tell you that I've done research to realize so I'm coming. He was married, but
you see,
virtually all of them are dead.
Yeah, but you made a comment that even made it a bit more easier for the other party when you said that there was no even need for them to have brought in the man who claimed he was a traditional whatever. So that one also validated. It may be true that although Bruni never got married to Lumba, but the mere fact of what they said, right? Other people came to say, okay, it's true that because you don't have contrary evidence to what others have said. And that's why I agree with you when you made a question that the man coming in also was even a disservice to, that point. That's why I'm saying that when it comes to legal argument, you everybody has a strategy. Sometimes your strategy may not go the way you may want to go about it, and that will bring an outcome. But the most fundamental thing I think the judge missed was some of the issues that Yesuba raised. And I think in going into appeal, when the lawyers for Mami Akosua Serwaa raises those things, it will become abundantly clear that there was an error that the judge
obviously for the decision. I think that decision is very, very appealable.
And Kofi, in cases of appeal, Prince and Kofi, looks like we are the only three right now. All the rest are sleeping. I don't know if Lexis is sleeping or, but some are also just. So, like I'm saying, in that instance where we are talking about somebody coming in with ordinance and the other is claiming I'm customary, and one is saying you were divorced. If we talk about the burden of proof, it should have shifted to who said one was divorced.
Exactly.
So if you tell me I'm divorced, you have to prove it.
Exactly.
But If you read the verdict, there's nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying. For the verdict, very, very appealable. Very, very, very appealable.
And so,
Sure.
And an appeal, and one of the rules of appeal is that you must be able to situate or find an error in the application of the law.
Ejebusian komoni na na akwakotie no wo so kire wadwen under the comment section family san say da bia me ka me say adwen kire hoyi et say hwene me de yanko won so wo de yanko nti said Yesu ba e kan say do you think say still odobroni ebetimi awi ni bibia na say na etie aha eguso Daily Gossip TV McBrown.